Hello, the following is going to be a tutorial of how you use Doctopus and Goobric along with Google Classroom. So as you can see here, I assigned a company newsletter assignment. It is very important that if you're going to use Doctopus, that when you distribute the assignment, each student gets a copy of it. So once all of the students have turned it in, what you're going to do is go over to your Google Drive. You're going to want to create two folders. So I have a rubrics and Docto folder specifically within my class. Within there, I have a Doctopus folder and a rubric folder where I create all of my rubrics. So in here, you have to create your rubrics on a spreadsheet. This assignment happened to be the newsletter assignment. So I have already gone in here and created a rubric to do my grading for this specific assignment. As you can see here, the points are allotted up top. You could also do a scale that starts with excellent, good, etc. From here, you would go back to your Doctopus folder. I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. I always begin by naming my spreadsheets Docto and then the name of the assignment so I can keep track of them. And then what I'm going to do is go to the add-ons. The first time you're going to have to actually go to Get Add-ons and add Doctopus and then Goobric as well in the store here. But since I already have them, I don't need to do that step. So I'm going to go to Add-ons, Doctopus. I'm going to launch Doctopus here. What you can see down below, it says it's working. It does often take a little bit longer at school with the network. So I'm going to select a roster. I'm going to ingest from Google Classroom. I'm going to select my class here is computer applications. Then you select your assignment. So we're going to do company newsletter for this one. It does often take quite a few minutes for this portion to go through. It is pulling the assignment from Classroom over into my spreadsheet so that I can do my grading. And again, I find that this works better when I do it at home versus in school, just because of network speed. This is also two classes in one, so as you can see, there's 43 students in here. I want to only ingest the assignments that are turned in because I don't want to be grading any partial work that's completed to give those students a chance to actually turn in the assignment because I had a few that had not yet. So I'm going to check off this box, and then I'm going to ingest the assignment. And this will take another few minutes to go through this portion as well. I also do suggest that you have the rubric open up top on one of the tabs so you can kind of refer back to it. And I like to have Classroom as open as well. While this is going, you could see that I've added the Goobric icon to my top screen. You're going to want to do that as well through the Google Store. so that you can attach the rubrics that I had shown you previously that I created. So here we go. It has ingested all of my students' work. These links here are the links to their assignments. You can see that these are all students that have turned it in. It gives you a file key. It has named each one of their assignments using the same mechanism that you did to name it, and then has just attached their name. So what happens from here is I'm going to attach my Goobric. And again, this is a separate add-on that you have to add in. So I'm going to select my rubric. It does give you some directions here on how to create the rubrics. It is really important that you follow these and that they have to be done in a spreadsheet. That cell A1 is left blank. So I'm going to go ahead and select my rubric. The nice thing is, since it's usually the last sheet I've worked on, it usually is one of these first few up here. So here it's going to be newsletter rubric. I'm going to select it. And so this is now going through and attaching it so that I can use it for grading purposes. So I'm going to attach the Goobric. Okay, so the Goobric's now attached. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of here. You can see the rubrics here. If I need to redo it for some reason as I'm going through, I can change it again. Another thing to know is that if all of your students haven't turned it in, like in the example that I'm showing you, when I launch this again, because I likely won't get to all 43 assignments, I would just go to add-ons, Doctopus. I have to run it again, and then I would look for new submissions in order to get any that I happen to miss. So in this situation, I'm just going to click on Alan here. I'm going to launch his assignment by clicking on this link. So what you'll see up top here is the actual assignment that I shipped out to them, and then in the bottom, Alan would have put a screenshot in here of his actual newsletter assignment. So in order to attach the rubric now so that I can see it while I'm grading, I'm going to go up here to the Goobric web launch, click on that. And what it's doing now is it puts the rubric that I had created in my spreadsheet right up top here so that I can grade and look at the assignment at the same time. I have two options here. I can either write in comments, or if I have a laptop or a microphone, I can also record audio comments, which I often find helpful. The student's assignment, when they get it back, it is emailed to their Gmail account. It will have a copy of the rubric that you have graded with. It will also at the bottom have any comments or any audio comments that you leave the student. I have found this to be a very helpful way to grade papers. It has made my classroom virtually paperless for both computer applications and computer skills this semester, which were both classes that had a lot of paperwork. So it's been very helpful to not have to carry the papers back and forth. So I hope it is something that you will try. I would strongly suggest giving it more than one chance before you decide if it works or not, because it does take some time to get used to. So again, I hope that you will look forward to using this in your classes as well.